Hello buddies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. See what we have here. We are making this beautiful dress. It's called a bubu dress in Nigeria, bubu. And we'll be learning how to, it's quite very simple to make, trust me. And it's a little bit young consuming. So because it's a full length, it's a floor length dress. So um it's quite easy to make, like I said, and let me take you through the materials we'll be needing. I believe we saw the short video at the beginning showing us the beauty of this gorgeousness. Yeah, so let's go through the materials together. The materials are quite few, so these are the materials. Starting with this, I'll be needing this. This is an acrylic yarn, 100% acrylic yarn, and you can decide to use any kind of yarn. So this is brand Yeye. It's 40 grams right there. So for this dress size from is for toddlers between 12 months to 24 months. Yeah, so between 1 and 2 years is your size, and this is quite adjustable. You can make it for lesser baby. You can make it for less than 12 months, and you can use the same pattern for adults, so you can adjust this. I used about 6 of these balls for the front and back panel. I use about 6 or 7. So this depends on how big you want your dress to be and the size you're making it for. So that aside, you'll be needing this beauty, which will be the highlight of our dress. It gave it that, come on, that spark, that extra touch. So you'll be needing this for yarn. I'll be using this baby pink. You'll be needing an acrylic yarn in baby pink as well. We'll be using that to start our ruffles before we finish with the four yarn. So you'll be needing about, it depends on the size you're making for the dress. That will determine the amount of balls you'll be needing. But for this size, I used one ball and a little more from the second ball. So if you're making for less than 12 months, you'll be needing just one ball of this. Or if you want to adjust it, our ruffles where we made 3, then 1 3 1 3 1, you can just adjust it and do just 3 double crochets, or you do 2 1 2 1. That will reduce the number of stitches you will do, and this, just one ball of this should be enough. And for the pink, I used about 2 balls for both sides of the ruffles. So in total for this size, I used about 8 balls of pack. That being said, you need measuring tape, very important. And the hook size I'll be using throughout this tutorial is size 4.0 hook. And also we'll be needing a tapestry needle. Be using that to weave in our hands, and also be needing a pair of scissors for cutting. And yeah, these are the materials we'll be needing, so let us get started. Yeah, so to kickstart our dress, like I said, I'll be using size 4.0 hook. So we are going to be needing 2 measurements. We are going to be needing the chest round or the hip measurement, then the length we want our dress to be. So I'm making between size 12 to 18 months, or can even rock it to 24 months. That's 2 years. So it's a toddler size. But if you want to make for 1 year, less than a year, it's the same thing. In fact, the same pattern is applicable to adult size. So you're going to measure the biggest part of the body, of the person's body. So I'll be using the chest round. So the chest round for the size I'm making is around 20 to 21 inches. So whatever the chest round is, you're going to double it times 2. So 20 to 21. So let's say 21. And 21 plus 21, that will give us 42. So we now divide it by 2. It's just like the same measurement we take, we are going to be using. But just to be clear and not to confuse you. So whatever your measurement is, you divide it by 2. So we are going to be making a front panel and a back panel. Let me take that again. The chest round measurements, it's a 2-way chest round measurement. You can just go ahead with the measurement you have. Chest round is 20 inches. You go ahead and make front panel 20 inches, back panel 20 inches, because it's a boo dress. It's an oversized dress. If you are making it fitted, we need to divide our chest round by 2. But this one, we double it. Do you get? So the size I'm making is size 12 to 18 months. And the chest round is around 20 to 21. So if I double that, that will give me, is that 40 or 42? We now divide it by 2 again, which will give us our previous answer, which is 21 or 20. So that would be our foundation chain. I hope this makes sense, and I hope I did not confuse you. And the second measurement we'll be needing is the length of the dress. I want it to be floor length. So it depends if you want it nail length, if you want it 3/4, or you want it floor length. It's like mine, you'll be needing that as well. So that will determine the number of rows we'll be doing. So we'll be starting with a slip knot. So I'll go ahead, I'll make a slip knot, and I'll make a chain. Remember, we are making a mesh pattern, and it shrinks. So you are going to make it a little bit longer, your foundation chain, but at the same time I will advise that you block your pattern, you block your project. It will help with the stretching, because if your foundation chain is too long or is too big, your project is too big, when the client washes their clothes or their pieces, it will end up being oversized. But if you block, this will help you avoid that mistake. So I'm going to make it a little bit more than what I wanted. The measurement I want is around 20 to 21 inches. So I'm going to make it a little bit more than that, just a little bit. So when we are working, it's going to shrink. It's going to shrink to around 18 inches. But after I block it, I'm going to have the exact measurement I need. I hope I am clear enough, and I hope I am not getting you confused. So we start making our chains. 1, 2, 3. So I'll go ahead and make my chains. I'll come and let you know the number of chains I did. So I have 90 chains. So I want to take the measurement for you. So right there, without being stretched, I have 21.5 without being stretched. But if I stretch it, as you can see, it's longer. So, and whatever your foundation chain is, please make sure it is odd number. We don't want even number because of the mesh pattern. So this is 90. I will go ahead and add one more, making 91 chains. So this is what we have. So we start our mesh pattern. So yarn over, and you start working from the 5th chain from the hook. 3 chains stand for our first double crochet, and the chain 1 starts for the space, the chain 1 space. So you're going to count first chains, 1, 2, 3, 4. So into the 5th chain, you're going to work a double crochet. So I yarn over, you go in, you pull out a loop, you have 3 loops, yarn over, put through the first 2, yarn over, put through the last 2, then chain 1. Then you skip the next chain, you move into the following one, you work your double crochet again. 3 loops, yarn over, put through the first 2, yarn over, put through the last 2, then chain 1. You yarn over, you skip the next chain and work a double crochet in the next chain. Chain 1. Skip the next stitch, work a double crochet. Chain 1, skip the next, work a double crochet. So that's going to be the repetition. You go ahead, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1, and remember to skip your chain. So when I get to the very end, I will come and show you what the first row looks like, and the next thing we'll be doing. So this is what I have after completing my first row. So we are going to move on to the next row. Second row, we are always going to start our row with chain 4. So you chain 4, chain 3 is for a double crochet, and chain 1 is for the chain 1 space. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So you will always start with 4 chains. So we are going to skip the space, the chain 1, and we are going to work a double crochet on our previous double crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain 1, work a double crochet on the double crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain 1, work a double crochet, and we go ahead and repeat this all the way until we get to the very end. When we get to the end here, I will come and show you what to do. So after working my last double crochet and chain 1, so I'm going to leave 1 chain right here at the top and double crochet into the next one. So right there, and we have our second row completed. So this is what we have. So moving on to the third is actually a repetition. You chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you turn, you start working your double crochet on your previous double crochet. Work double crochet, chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, then double crochet on your previous double crochet, chain 1, skip the space, double crochet on the previous double crochet, and this is going to be our repetition. So we keep going back and forth until we have the length we want. Like I said, I want the floor length, I want it a complete full gown, so I'll be working around 29-30 inches long, around 29 or 30 inches for the length. So we are making this for adults, you just work the length you want. So I will go ahead, go back and forth. When I have the front panel done, I will come and show you what it looks like, and we'll move on to the next thing. So this is what I have. I did 60 rows in total from start to finish. I did 60. Like I said, depends on the length of the dress you want. So this is our front panel. I will go ahead and repeat the same thing, the exact same thing for the back panel, because we'll be needing 2 panels. Obviously we'll be needing the front and the back panel. So we have 1 panel done. I will go ahead and make another panel, then we come back and start the joining. So this is what I have after completing my 2 panels. So we have the 2 panels done. Right now we are going to start our joining. We are going to join at the shoulder first, then we join by the side before we start working our ruffles at the edges. So I did some marking here. The neckline can be quite tricky because remember we are making an oversized dress. So firstly, I will suggest you divide your total stitch, you divide it by your box, the boxes. The total box I have 44 boxes in total. The chain space, I have 44, so I divided it by 4, so you have 11 in 4 places. So you take 2, join together, that's 22 for the front, and 11 by the side. When I tried it on the mannequin, it's quite too wide, so 22 is too wide for the neck, so I reduce it by 2 by the hand. So I think I have 20 in the middle. So like I said, I added 2 by each side, so I have 18 boxes left, 18 boxes in the middle. I have 13 here, 13 here. Like I said, I have 44. This totally depends on your number of foundation chain, the number of chain you started with. Like I said, divide the total box you have, divide it into 4 places, then join 2 for the front and the remaining one for the shoulder. And if you see that the neckline is too wide, then you can reduce it by 2 on each side, or 1 or 3. It depends on how wide it is. So I hope this helps. So we are going to join. So the second part, that we go like this, and we'll be joining with a slip stitch. So make sure the right sides are facing each other. So this is the right side where I started, and this is the right side for the second panel, so they are both facing each other. We are joining on the wrong side. So I'll grab my hook. I have yarn tails left at the ends, so I'll be using the yarn tail to join. So I'll go into the chain 3. Remember we have 1 chain space there, so I'll go in, and I'll go into the last stitch here at this end, and I'll grab the yarn end, so I'll chain 1. So I'll go into the chain 1 space, and I'll go into the next chain 1 space and make a slip stitch. I'll see if the slip stitch is not making sense, I might switch to single crochet, but let us try our slip stitch first. So the next stitch and the next stitch at the back, work your slip stitch, the chain 1 space, the chain 1 space at the back, you work your slip stitch again, the next stitch and the next stitch, you work your slip stitch, and the chain 1 space. Let me see if I can work into my chain right there, and the chain 1 space at the back, make a slip stitch, then the next double crochet and the next double crochet, make a slip stitch. Okay, this is what it looks like on the right side. It's not bad, so I will do with the slip stitch. So I will go ahead and continue this until I get to my mark stitch, and I'll repeat the same thing for the other side, and after that we'll come and join on the side. So this is what I have after joining both sides. I've turned to the right side, so this is what the wrong side looks like, and this is the right side. So we have this, and we have the other side as well, and this is the neck opening, as you can see. So right now the next one we'll be doing is the joining by the side. So right now we'll be needing the armhole measurement and the and the chest round, or the hip measurement that we measured at the beginning. So the armhole for the size I'm making is around 10 inches. 10 inches is the armhole, so we are going to be dividing that by 2. 5 inches for the back panel, 5 inches for the front panel, so that will give us 10. But remember, this is an oversized cardigan, so I will add 2 more inches. So instead of 10 inches, I'll be working with 12 inches. So 12 inches divided by 2, that's 6. So I'll be leaving 6 inches on each side. So 6 inches, 6 inches. So I have that marked already. So from the top, right there, as you can see, 6 inches, and I have that marked. And for the waist round, remember I was working with 20 to 21 inches, so I'll be working with 20 inches. So 20 inches divided by 2, that's 10. So we need 10 inches in the middle, so we'll be leaving the remaining by the sides. So the chest round, which is 20 inches divided by 2, or if it's 21 inches or 22 inches I want to work with, we divided by that by 2. So that you work with 10.5 inches or 11 inches. So I'll be doing 10 inches. That's what we want in the middle. So you are going to measure the total distance for your panel. Remember I told you that this pattern shrinks, so this is giving me around 18 inches, as you can see, 18 inches. So, and remember I want 10 in the middle, so I'll be leaving 4 inches by the side. So from here to here, as you can see, I have 4 inches right there, and for the other side as well, right here, I've done the joining for this side. It's 4 inches as well, as you can see. So we have the 10 inches left in the middle. So you take the measurement, 6 inches for the armhole, then 4 for the side. Like I said, this depends on the size you're making. If you're making for a bigger size, the armhole will be different, and if you're making for a smaller size, the armhole will be different as well. And also the chest round will determine the number of inches you'll be leaving by the sides. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I did not get you confused. So right now we'll be joining, and please note, we'll be doing the side joining, we'll be doing it on the right side. As you can see that I flipped this over already, this is the right side. So don't go and make that mistake and join on the wrong side. You are going to, this will be folded inside, and that's not what we want. We want this outside, we want this flap outside. So I'll grab my yarn. So let me show you quickly how we are going to do the joining for the, it's going to take a lot of patience, and if you feel like you can't pull through with the joining, you can go ahead and sew any which way that you think is convenient for you. So we have to be very careful, because remember we are joining 2 panels. We make sure that the stitch you are picking in the front is the same, is in line with this one you are picking at the back. So that's why I have a lot of stitch markers right here, as you can see, along the line, so that I will be sure I'm working on the same line. So moving on, I'll make a slip knot, and we are going to start joining. So we start joining from here, right here. I'll go in here, and I'll go into the one at the back, right there. I'll remove this stitch marker, and I'll go in, okay. So we are going to be joining 2 slip stitches. We are going to be making 2 slip stitches in each double crochet. So I'll go right inside in between my stitch, and I'll do the same thing to the one at the back. So be very sure you're picking the same stitch at the back to make your slip stitch. You get the hang of it as you join, as you go. So the beginning might be quite It's quite tricky, but we are going to get the hang of it as we go. So you go to the next and you pick the one at the back as well. Then you pick your yarn, pull out a loop and slip stitch. Again, go right inside into your stitch, go into your stitch at the back. Very sure you're using your hand, your finger at the back to support your hook, to guide your hook. So after that, you're picking the next. We're just going through our stitches. You go in, pick your yarn, work your slip stitch, and again go through your stitch, go through your stitch right here as well, pick the one at the back, make a slip stitch in here, work your slip stitch, and that's how we are going to continue working the slip stitch all the way till we get to the very end. So as you can see, this is what it looks like, the slip stitch. Don't know if you can see right there, and this is what the back looks like. The back is kind of funny. So we go ahead, do this, repeat the same thing until you get to the very end, and when you are done for the other side, you start joining from the bottom. So you join all the way to the top. So when I have the joining done, I will come and show you the next one we'll be doing. So after joining the sides, you can see where I did the joining right here and here. So we have it joined, and this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I have done one side already. Look at that beauty. So I'll be showing you how we are going to do the ruffles. So I'm going to start from the beginning. Make sure you are working on the right side. This right here is going to be my right side where the slip stitch is showing. You can see with the back, it looks kind of rough, so I'll be using this side as the front. So I'm going to grab my second color, which is pink. So make a slip knot. So this depends on how ruffled you want your dress to be. If you want it extremely ruffled, then you need to add more stitches to your stitch. So I'll go right into that space. I'm going to chain up 3, which is my first double crochet, and I'll add 2 more double crochets. So so that's 3 double crochets in total, and I'll go ahead into this line right here. I'll work 1 double crochet. So I'm moving to the next space. I work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Then into the line, I'll work 1 double crochet. So that's going to be the repetition. 3, then 1, 3 double crochets, then 1 in this line, 3 double crochets, 1 here, 3, 1. So that will be the repetition. Like I said, if you want more ruffled dress, then you can do 4 or 5 to give you more coils, but for me, I am fine with this. So I'll go ahead and repeat this all the way till I get to the top right here and work all the way back down to the other side right here. So 3, 1, 3, 1, you go ahead, work that. When I'm done, I'll come back and let you know the next thing we'll be doing. So this is what I have after working the first row. So this is what we have. So moving on to the second row, I'll chain up 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And this is our first double crochet, and you go ahead and turn. So for now, we'll be working one double crochet in the next 2 stitches, then we make an increase in the 3rd stitch. So this is 1. I move to the next stitch, 2, then you increase in the 3rd stitch. You work 2 double crochets inside. Again, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, then you increase. Again, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, then make an increase. So this will be the repetition for this round. 1 1 increase, 1 1 increase, So in case you want it more ruffled, I'll suggest you do one increase, one increase, so you have more curls. But for me, I'll do it one increase. So I'll go ahead and work all the way back to where we started. So I'll work all the way back here. Then after that, we'll come and add our 4 yarn. So this is what I have after completing my second row. As you can see that the ruffles are not too big, they are not too much. So the final round, the final row, we'll be adding our 4 yarn. So my last double crochet, I'll finish it with this yarn. So if you are making this for adult, I would suggest that you make this last round in double crochet if you are making it for adult. But since this is for toddler, I'll be working this round in single crochet. So we are going to turn. So for this round, you just go ahead and work one single crochet into each stitch. No more increase, just one single crochet in all stitches till you get to the very end. Single crochet. Go into your next stitch, pull out a loop. You have 2 loops and over, pull through the 2. So that's all you are going to do all through. No increase, just regular single crochet. So you go ahead and work this, and when you are done, you fasten off. After that, you weave in all ends, and our dress is ready. I'll come back and show you what my finished dress looks like. And yeah, so go ahead and finish up. So I have my dress ready. You might not be able to see the full beauty because it's quite big. So I have it finished, and I'll be adding drawstring in the middle. So I have about 450 chains here. So I'm going to grab my needle to pass that through. So you determine where you want it to be. So this is the, excuse me, this is the front where we did our slip stitch. So it's quite simple. Right here from the back, you just pass this here, and you do the same thing for the other hand. Make sure you come out on the same line. So let me just show you that. Okay, so this is the second hand. I'm going to pass that through my needle as well, and I'll go from the back. So I'll make sure I'm coming out on the same line, so this right here, right here. So this is what we have. Just make a knot, and we have that. This is quite optional, you can decide to add it or not. So this marks the end of this beautiful video tutorial. I hope you find it useful. Please, if you do, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and if you are not yet a subscriber, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. Weekly I drop beautiful tutorials like this for our babies and toddlers, and sometimes for adults. So yeah, until next time, bye, see you next week.